Hello, good evening, guys. Welcome to our Market Insights for August 22nd. How are your stocks, guys? And welcome. Don't hesitate to say hi to everyone. Uh, Drop a comment so we can recognize you guys. It's a bit late, so we just found our listing here in Osaka. Uh, we're staying at an Airbnb, and it took us it took us several almost 30 minutes to find our listing here, so it's a bit late. Sorry about that. How are your stocks? What are the stocks you'd like us to review? Do you have any requests? Now, if none, I just want to revisit the stocks that we guys talked about the previous days. And hi, Mark. How are you? No stocks from me now. I will travel. I will travel for work next week. Na lang ako trade ulit. So how's your trade so far? What were the stocks you traded today or this week? So you are traveling for work. As for me, I took a break. I'm gonna be staying here for a week with my kid and my husband. And yeah, maybe what I can do, because I was not able to ask you guys earlier, I'd like to go back to the stocks we've reviewed the previous days, and we'll of course review the ones whoever comes in tonight. I'll review your requests. But for now, let's go check out ATN. Okay, hi Jose. Okay, after ATN, let's check your request. What happened to ATN? Let's look at the Bollinger Band and RSI. Wow. So ATN is starting to create a bullish movement here. So it has been on a decline for several weeks, actually, since June. It retraced, and we now have a bullish move for ATN. And if you are interested in this stock, please make sure to haggle near MA20. Okay, so some of the traders might be taking profit around this area or near the 1.33 area. So definitely this stock, when it triggers the upper band, normally it also rests. So the nearer you are to MA20, the better. And let's check out Jose for CLI. CLI has a good revenue for Q2. But let us check out the wheatie. Okay, so this, let me see. For the daily chart, I'm seeing a resistance around this area, and it might give us a retracement or a red candlestick the next few days. But if you are into long term for CLI, your weekly chart shows a promising move. Like for instance, next week, or let's say this week, this green candlestick crosses above the MA20 line, then you have a good story for this week. So the condition is this must go and cross above the MA20 line before we can say we now have a bullish movement for CLI. At the moment, I'm looking at the weekly chart. So DMC, let's check that out. Let's check the RSI. We might have some more downward movements for DMC. Yep. I'm seeing that we will have some more downward movement for DMC. Let's see and observe what happens to the price around this level. Let's check out this level. Yep. So here's what I can say for DMC. So I'm seeing that in the coming days, we might have some red candlesticks, and the condition is it has to rest, okay? The 8.75 area has to be sustained. If that gets broken, then there's a big chance that we still have some more downward movement for DMC, okay? RCI for Benjo. Okay, looks like we have, okay, let us see. Price is starting to move up, but look at your RSI. So we might encounter a resistance around this area for our RCI here. And look at your RSI. It's on a downward direction. That means people feel that this is becoming more expensive, and we have the number of, or the volume is starting to decline as well. So if you have already entered in this stock, this is actually a profit taking area. So if you want to take profit right over here, and then when it retraces and let's just say it bounces at the MA20 line, so you can just buy that again. So if you want to get in the stock, wait till you see confirmed bounce around the MA20 line. All right. Good evening, Reynaldo from Bahrain. Okay. Donald, hello, from Dallas, Texas. Are you also trading the Philippine market, Donald, or you're more into the U.S. market? I think there's a lot of bullish movements. Wow. I was opening the U.S. market, or my watch list in the U.S. market earlier when the market opened at 9:30. There were a lot of greens, but some of them have already retraced. Good thing I was able to take profit in my gap. I got 4.50% profit per gap. And this week, CHP Popera got out exactly sa first wave ng downtrend. I was able to get good profit though. First time ko ma-experience ang ghost month. Nakakatakot pala talaga. Yes, but did I get this right, Mark? You were able to take a good profit. Wow, good job. Camille, good evening. Watching from Macau. Okay, let's check your stock. And let's check out Meg. Okay, so we have a, how many percent is this? Looks like some of, or a lot of the stocks have declined because all of them are in KPPI. Okay, for this one, we have a 5.87. So if you are interested in Meg, Camille, try to wait for a while before you get in the stock, because we might experience some more downward moves for Meg in the coming days, because it has already triggered the Bollinger Band on the downside. At the same time, I do not see any signs of reversal for MEG yet. So I am thinking in the coming days we might have some more downward moves for this stock. Now let's take a look at the weekly. Same here as well. Let me see, what was the move for the past few days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Look at this. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm trying to practice my Elliott wave. So this is what you call an Elliott wave. Normally, it reaches the 5 points. So it has a bullish move, and then it retraces, and then it moves up again, and it retraces on the fourth point, and the last point normally is the fifth bullish move, and then after that it declines. But I'm still trying to really study this, so I'm not very comfortable with this indicator, but this is what you call an Elliott wave. So there are several waves in an uptrend, or in a stock that's in an uptrend. Some will have three waves, some will have five waves. So just try to study that. But as for now with MEG, what I can see is that this has been on an upward movement for the past few months, since October 2018, and it's resting for a while. So I do not see, hopefully, because this used to be a resistance, right? Let's wait for a confirmation before we can say it's a good support, because I'm on the weekly chart and looks like we might have some more downward movement. Although we're already in the oversold, so let's just hope that we will have a retracement or a reversal anytime soon. Uh-huh. Good evening, Jen. Let's look at Fen. For Fen, okay, we're at the resistance area for Fen. Look at this. Well, it's so hot here in Japan right now. Even if the AC is already turned on, it's still very hot. Your stock, well, the stock was moving up. Notice what happens to your RSI. Starting to show a bearish divergence. Oops. Here. So I would have to say this stock might retrace, and let's observe what happens around your MA20 line. So the condition is the MA20 line has to be sustained, or we have to see a confirmed bounce around this area before we can say, okay, it's fine, we can get in. Now, if it goes lower than that, then we have to be extra careful, because we might have some more downward movement for Fen. All right, but if you are already invested in this stock, this is already a profit taking area where it is right now. For Wiki, let's take a look at ISM. ISM, there was one time I said that it will potentially reach the 4.80 plus area. And now look what happens. It has actually challenged that, and it broke that area. Now I'm thinking we might Okay, we might experience some more downward movement with this stock. Let's see what happens around the here, these two, 4.54. Okay, because right now it's your RSI is just bouncing, or it's just here around the 30ish area, right? It's just right on the same level. So let's wait and see. Don't rush, guys. If you want to add some more volume, I'm actually invested in ISM, and I'm already technically red for ISM, and I don't really care because I'm in it for long term. So I might just have to add when I see a confirmed bounce around the 4.54 area. Now, if it goes further down, let's see, where can I re-enter again? This 3.59. Okay. So guys, just a reminder, if you are in the stock market for long term or for investing purposes, you have to embrace the fact that sometimes the market can go down, and then when it is down, do not panic because you are in it for long term. Now, I'm not 100% sure with Wiki, what is your profile, how, what was your objective, why you got in ISM? Because right now it is really moving on, it's giving us a bearish move.
Can I say hi to them?
Yeah, sure.
Hi everyone.
What are you doing?
I am roaming around and I have a headache.
You can sleep now if you like. So you just
make sure to subscribe to my mom's channel. She's an awesome YouTuber.
Whoa, for real? So what's your name? You tell them.
Bea.
Okay. So Bea wants to say hi to you guys. Okay. So
and we are now in Osaka.
Yeah, they already know that. I told them.
Oh, never mind.
So you just watch me,
okay.
Because you will also learn from this. Okay, so now for Wiki, I'm not sure if you are in it for long term, but for me, although this is speculative, they will eventually, when they start accepting subscribers for the third telco, I have a feeling that eventually patience will pay off. And both US, Donald, both US and PH. Wow, good, very good. I think you have. It's interesting. You can manage both US and PH, so that means you must be awake every night to trade the Philippine market, or you're doing this full time. And wow, thank you for consistently joining me, even though sometimes I'm very late in my live. MPI. Let's talk about MPI for Joanna. MPI. Wow. Could this be a breakout on a weekly? I see a breakout for this. So we are now starting to trigger the upper band for MPI. So let us check. Your next possible resistance for MPI is here, because 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. So that price got hit 4 times. And just observe. Okay, so if you were able to get in the stock around this area, and it managed to cross the MA20 line, and now it will challenge the next resistance. So just wait and see. This could be your profit taking area. Now, if you are just interested to get in this stock, just wait for a possible retracement, because, hold on, it is not forever that you will have just green, green, green every single time. There will be days where you will have some retracements. So for example, we're now back in the daily chart. If you want to get in, your MA20 line is around 4.78, or slightly higher than that is fine. At least you're near the MA20 line. But this, for example, if this creates a brand new support, okay, this might, okay, I am not confirming, I still have to check the next days, but this might create another set of support. It got hit once, twice. Actually, we can already consider this. Check. Let's just check. If tomorrow price starts around that area, then that becomes a, you know, a new support, provided it ends on a green day, right? M wide for Jasper. Jasper, what I can see here is this is still moving on sideways, right? It's still consolidating. So if you want, you can do range trading for this stock. And what I normally do for range trading is I draw the highest point and then the lowest point. There, that's body to body. Okay, there's a body over here and then there's a body over there. Now, if I want to get in this stock, I have to wait till the market gives me a chance around here. Now, if my analysis is incorrect, I will just have to cut or establish a stop loss area at 3 to 5% below my entry point. And I have to make sure my entry point is around the support level or support area. That way I am not easily kicked out. Because if you just enter anywhere and then you don't realize that you are already in the resistance, I mentioned this before, you can easily be kicked out of the trade. Okay, so try to observe. Next, and Z for Jasper, ZHI. Oh, wow, that was a heavy red today. I think this day is an extraordinary day. Normally, this happens when there's this stock that would go ceiling play. I think that's KPPI, and then all the people transfer. They get out of one stock, and then they all go to that other stock. So what happens is that all the other stocks go red, and the reason for that is the Philippine market has very low volume. That whenever we have that scenario, the rest of the stocks or the other stocks are really suffering, and that does not happen in the US market, in the international market, because the entire volume of the Philippine market is just worth one company in the US. Okay, so one thing I can say for ZHI is that we are already in the oversold area. All we have to do is wait for that bullish divergence. So let us say this goes further down. What I wanted to see here is that the RSI should already start moving upward. So that's the first scenario. The second scenario is this area, let us say this area, it will create a brand new support. For several days, it might consolidate within the area, and then we can easily plot the support, and then from there we can determine whether it is now a good time to get in this stock. Because right now I do not see any signs See that? No signs. Going down, but your RSI is also going down. So just wait and see first, Jasper. I'm not sure if you have already entered in this stock, but if you are interested in getting in this stock, this is not the perfect time. Ian, good evening. PX, let's check PX. PX has bounced at the MA20 line, so that is good. How far is this from the MA20? Okay, you're still at a tolerable level, so if you wanna, you can haggle like at the MA20 line or 1% above the MA20 line. That is fine. But what I can see here is that this is already a bounce for PX. Next, Wilcon. For Wilcon. So let's observe Wilcon because we still have some bullish moves, and hopefully this line, okay, let's create this line. Let us say tomorrow it starts or it opens with a price higher than 1660, then we should be good, provided most of the action happens above that line. Then we can say we still have some bullish moves. Otherwise, if most action happens like below it, and then you end up having a, what do you call this, hanging man. This is the hanging man. I'm gonna check the internet. Candlestick. I have also posted this on my page. So this is the hanging man. Whether it's green or red, if that occurs right above, okay, look at this. There's an upward movement, and then you have a hanging man there. Then that would mean you are about to face a reversal. Once you see that, then it might give us some bearish movement in the coming days. So what I can see here, hold on. So we have that, right? Now what we do not want to see is a hanging man tomorrow. If it gives us a hanging man, then we might see some retracement. But if it opens and closes above this level, then we should be good. The bullish movement for Wilcon will still be ongoing. Let us check the weekly. Okay, on the weekly chart, it looks promising because it has broken the MA20 line. So let's see. Still wait and see for Wilcon. Did I talk about Fen? I think I talked about Fen. Let me just check my chart. Yeah, Fen, we are about to face a possible retracement for Fen. Why did I draw a line there? That's the MA20 line in the daily chart. Okay. And Ian, I also talked about ATN. Let's check long term. Okay. For Jasper, his long term, okay. Um, Donald said hi to you, Bea. Well, enjoy. Hello, Bea. Oh, people are saying hi to you. Long term for ISM. All right. Same here, Wiki. Coxo. What's Coxo? Or Costco? Okay, maybe that's Costco. All right. For Costco, it tried to break that MA20 line, which acted as a resistance, but we failed to break it. So I'm thinking we might experience some more downward moves for Costco. You can use this. So technically we are on a bearish move. And when you are on a bearish move, your support and resistance is also moving. For example, this one, that's your resistance, and this will be your support. Let's try to do this. Maybe we create a line here. There you go. So that's a triangle. So I have a feeling that in the coming days, most likely the movement will happen within this area. Now your Q is when a price gets out of that line, then you have a breakout play. Now if this support is not sustained or if it gets broken, then we can say that you have some more bearish movement for this stock. Okay, so let's observe this stock for now. But this is where the support is at the moment because it got hit multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and multiple times here. Fan, Renee, I already talked about Fan, Vita. For Vita, George also asked me this, and it broke our conditional line over here. I forgot which line I mentioned to him. I think around the 1.20 level. So when we last spoke, we were just watching out for this. And we said that if, was it this level? But that's the area, okay? So when I plot a line, it does not have to be exactly at 1.17 or whatever that line is because you have to take note, a support is an area. So potentially we were talking about that area, and what happened here was that line got broken. So we are expecting I'm just plotting this, guys, okay? I see here a potential bullish or potential reversal for this stock. Price was going down, but your RSI is starting to move upward. So it's just a question of time. Sometimes the you will see this setup for several days or sometimes weeks. So we do not really know if the price will move right away, but you already have your cue that any moment from now, in the coming days, we might potentially see some form of reversal here. And sometimes a reversal is just a small move. Don't expect a massive move like this one. Like, no, when sometimes a move could just be up to here, right? it reverses only up to your MA20 line. So we still have to observe. But the moment you see something like this, we might experience some reversal soon. Bea, can you lower the volume, please? Joanna, thank you. You're welcome. What is ceiling, ma'am, in stock trading? Okay, a ceiling play is whatever the price is at right now. Let us take this as an example. ISM. A ceiling play is when, let us say tomorrow, it opens at 4.75 and then the price reaches 50% of that price. So let's say it moves up by 50%. Then what happens is no more activity will happen after that. So that's the maximum gain a stock can have in any given day. Now, if at any time someone buys or someone sells his position, then you can buy that. But if no one is selling at that position, that means it remains to be at 50% for that particular day. Let's talk about KPPI because this is starting to become a controversial stock. A lot of people, when it happened here, I said, no, I'm not very comfortable with really with IPO because we've experienced it several times. It on the first day or on the first few days, it will give us a bullish move, but all of a sudden, uh, after a few days, the stock will decline. Sometimes within the day, a stock could go down. Very volatile. So that's the main message. It's very volatile. Now, many of us envy the other people who were able to enter around 5 pesos area or around this area. But these folks, they're able to watch the market and they're using a much faster time frame. And yeah, they're using a much faster time frame. Now, personally, I recommend, I make insights and I consider my profile because everything that I say here is just based on my opinion, based on my bias. I do not know your profile. You can be in long term for KPPI for all we know, right? So it's all up to you. You have to first understand your profile. Now, again, if you are to ask me, I am still not very comfortable with this stock because it's way up there, it's way above. And now, just to go back to the example of who asked this, Camarines Jasper. This, what happened today for KPPI, I think it reached this ceiling. Oh, it did not reach the ceiling, but it's just, okay, let me see here. Yeah, because it started from here, there's a gap up. So that is right away 50%, almost 50% from the time from yesterday to this day. Okay, so that's an almost 50% difference. So that is a ceiling thing. In the same manner, there's a floor price. When you say it's a floor price, that's the lowest um, decline a stock can have in any given day. Thanks for answering, Ian. So the comments are appearing late. You were able to answer right away. Where po makikita, sir, na mura po gamit ko? Lugi lang po. You can use actually, you can use Investograms in your charts and when you analyze stocks. So I'm not 100% sure with the BPI Nomura because I do not have that. I don't use that portal, but you can study your charts here at Instagrams. I'm not familiar with Nomura, but try to search PPG and KPI because it reached the ceiling point in today's market. Wow, PPG. Wow, amazing. What's the news about PPG? Is there any catalyst why PPG reached ceiling today? Video. Let's check out video. Video is still trying to challenge your resistance here, which is the MA20 line. So hopefully we have a price higher than the MA20 level by tomorrow, and most action will be on the upside. Then we can have an uptrend now. So like what happened here, it tried to break the MA20 line. So first over here, it tried to break, and then eventually it got broken, and then we now have a bullish move. So let's first observe this stock. Now, if you're really interested to get in, let's observe what happens around this line, which can potentially be your support. Okay, a previous resistance, went on a bullish move, and then eventually your previous resistance will now become your support. So if you want to get in, wait till you have a price near 143.10 level. And that's for Joanna. Instagram, sir, makikita din po. Yes, agree. Sir, nag-PM po ako. Wow. Thank you, Ian. You're such a great help for our mini community here. So guys, if there are some of you who are knowledgeable in the stock market, who are avid or who are active in this page, please share your knowledge as well. We will really appreciate that. Let's help one another. Watching in Taiwan, Joel. Thank you. JV, thank you. Okay. Now, do we have any other requests? Now, let me share where I am busy at every night. Okay, let me just show you. This is what uh-huh. I wanted to share to you guys the US market. So who among you here are trading the US market? Okay, let's try this. In the US market, I use tradingview.com whenever I analyze the stocks. And I just go to chart. And then so far, these are the stocks I have created a watch list on. So that I won't have a hard time, I just toggle from one stock to the other, and I just trade these stocks that I have on my watch list, so I don't waste too much time finding stocks. So if I'm interested in some other stocks, I just add them here so that I will just browse through my watch list. And this is where I trade. I am in eToro, and not sure who among you guys are in eToro. So So it's red, but I've already taken some profit earlier. So no, please disregard the amount. I was chatting with one of you guys. I think I was chatting with RJ. At the moment, I am really for accuracy before I put in, before I add more funds into my portfolio. But this is a safe amount I can play with. So earlier today, I've already made several trades while traveling. So I already set my stop loss and my take profit area, and automatically it's either I get kicked out or I get my profit. So there you go. This, my stop loss area was hit. Normally I would set $5 stop loss area. There you go. This one, I was too aggressive at that point. This one, so I, instead of before I set my stop loss around $10, but I find it too high, so I lowered it down. But so far our portfolio is still positive. I initially deposited $248 and I added $250. So for, okay, you can watch my trades here if you like. So for 2 months we are positive, and for this month we are at 2.51% negative. But the month is not over yet, so we're still good. There you go. So I think that's it for now. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, even though we've started late. I appreciate your help, especially to those who are very active in helping our colleagues, our colleagues here. Ian, good job. And yeah, if you have questions, feel free to drop a message or drop a comment, and I will try my best to get the answers for you guys. So this is a learning session every single day for all of us. So we share knowledge, and thank you once again. And don't forget, by the way, I am Miss JD in YouTube. So after this session, we upload our recordings or our live in my channel. And what's good about this is that you can play. Okay. Hold on, just 1 second. For example, this one. This is one of the videos that I have. Now, if you want to watch it, let's say after our session today, I will upload this in YouTube. And what you can do, because of course most of our videos are really long, just adjust the playback. Make it faster so that you can finish the entire video at the faster time. Okay? And then you get to see all our analysis. Okay? So there you have it.
Or let us see. We are at an area where in a downward trend is the resistance. So the condition is that price is the next one, meaning that tomorrow we need to have movements
Good to have us in
above
newbie.
25, so we can say that we now have an uptrend.
I'm out. Thanks, ma'am. Thank you, guys. And good night for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Or let us see.